Hello, friends, and welcome back to Mobility Matters. I'm your host, Javier Betancourt, Executive Director of the Citizens Independent Transportation Trust, or CITT for short. We're the quasi-independent agency of Miami-Dade County charged with overseeing your half-penny sales tax for transportation. So one of the things that we love to do at the CITT is support our youth, and specifically through internship programs. So as we have done in the past, we've asked our summer interns to appear on the program to give them a little shout out, a little exposure, and to learn more about their thoughts on transportation and how they enjoyed their time with the CITT or didn't enjoy it, and feel free to be honest. So with me today is one of our summer interns from this past summer. She is Sasha Santos. Sasha, welcome to the program.
Hi, good to be here.
Thank you. And so, Sasha, let's start off with you are a college student, right? And where are you going to school?
I go to Syracuse University in upstate New York, and I'm a finance major with a minor in data analytics and AI.
AI, that's where it's at. So
Yeah,
that's very
exactly.
smart. So you're studying AI and money. That's a very powerful combination.
Yeah.
Sasha's going to be a billionaire.
Hopefully.
Just remember me when you do.
Oh,
Okay.
I will.
Hook me up. So what made you decide to go to Syracuse? Because you were born and raised here in Miami, right?
Yes, born and raised in Miami. I wanted to get out of the little Miami bubble. I love Miami. That's all I ever known. And especially too, I wanted to see snow. I wanted to see different weathers and stuff, and like see all four seasons. So then when I went on an out-of-state tour to like go see colleges, I went to Syracuse and I just fell in love with it. The campus is gorgeous, and the people there and the students, and it was very like diverse. It was a place that I thought like I could belong.
Cool.
And also too, it's like I wanted to experience snow, even though it's really bad. I wanted to experience it and just get to like branch out, and like I love it. No regrets ever like leaving and going out of state. I met so many people. I have like my best friends and everything, and it feels nice to be someone who's like going somewhere where like, and not everyone's from Miami.
Right.
It's like a place where it's like a new spot and like a new place where it's like I'm brand new. No one knows who you are. It's like a brand new like fresh start, and I love it.
That's great. And so that's the Orangemen, right?
Yeah, go Orange.
How are they doing?
Football team is really bad, but it's okay. Our QB, he got injured and now he's coming back. So hopefully this upcoming semester we can definitely win some games and not lose them all. So
Well, good luck. And so what was that first winter like? Because I remember mine. I went to Georgetown, so not quite as cold as upstate New York. But man, that first winter, the first 2 weeks were fun, and then you're like, okay, this can stop now, and it doesn't for like 3 or 4 months.
Mine didn't go until I came back from college.
Oh my!
So my first winter was definitely harsh. I remember I lived on top of a hill my freshman year in the dorms, and you had to go down the hills, and they're very bad with salting the roads. So most of the time I had classes at 8 a.m. in the morning, especially being a freshman. I would slide down going down the hills almost every morning, and climbing up the hills was like I was climbing up Mount Everest. And I was in my snow boots. I was lit up to the max. I looked like a marshmallow everywhere I went. And even worse was the snowstorms at night when you're coming back from classes and going up the hills, like you're in the trenches, just trying to get home sometimes.
But beautiful falls and springs,
Beautiful
right?
falls, beautiful springs, and also to the community itself. Like even though it's snowing, people still have fun. Cool. Everyone is still doing their own thing. So yeah.
That's awesome. So I guess during the summers you come back to Miami. At least this summer you did.
Yeah, I did.
And what made you want to intern, and specifically with our organization?
So I've heard so many good things about CITT, especially through my mother herself. And
I should say your mother is a longtime county employee who works in the mayor's office, right?
My mom works for Miami-Dade County, and she worked in the mayor's office and now works for waste management now. Okay. So yeah, one of her friends told her that, Sasha should apply for the college intern, and she should apply for CITT because they've heard so many good things about it. And before, and I didn't know much about CITT. I've only known about like where my mother worked before. Right. So I decided to apply, and then I saw how you guys had like data analytics and all the stuff I was interested in. And then I applied, got in, and here I am now. And it was, an amazing experience, and like no regrets of joining CITT.
That's great.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, shout out to Mom.
Yes.
You've done a great job raising your daughter.
Shout out to Stacy Santos.
Hey, Stace. So thank you for joining the CITT because you've been amazing.
Yes.
And let's talk more specifically about some of the work you did for us.
Okay, so as I said before, I'm a data analytics major. So what I did most of the stuff for like the 5-year program and the new book that you guys are coming, the new like book of 2026 to 2027. So I did a lot of like the budgeting, like graphs and like the pie charts and everything, and also fixing up the introduction page. I used Canva to design new pages to make it, prettier and look better. And I also did like the financial planning and like budgeting to like fix up the numbers and stuff. So I did like a lot of work of doing that. And I also did like presentations on like transportation plans and made like a timeline of like different budgets and everything, and like the FDOT and the TIPP and like all of that. I did
Look,
like
you even know you know all the lingo now.
Yeah, because I spent many days on it, so now it's stuck in my head.
You're going to be speaking like a transportation engineer.
Exactly.
All the acronyms. And you did a phenomenal job, honestly.
Thank you.
It's one of the more important things we do is that 5-year plan, and you've really kind of elevated it.
Yes.
So thanks.
Of course.
And one of the things that I know we do a lot of at the CITT is eat. So did you enjoy the many cakes and pizza?
We had a lot of food. I enjoyed everything. I remember every time I came into the office, it was always a new cake, a new pizza and everything, and it was amazing because I always went in hungry. So I always enjoyed a good meal out of you guys.
I always tell our interns, okay, this isn't normal in a lot of places, okay? So I hope we haven't spoiled you. But it's not, every place that you come in, you get a cake every day.
100%.
And hopefully you didn't gain too much weight that one. No, you're fine. So let's talk about transportation. So even though you're working in transportation, but in terms of your own personal experience and how you get around Miami, what does that look like?
So day one, it's always been driving a car. I drive a big car. I drive a Suburban. So I've been just drive a Suburban everywhere. I drive a tank. And it's like I look like a mother taking my kids to school in that car. But that's all I've ever drove until this summer where my mom introduced me to the Metro Rail and the transit.
Oh, great.
And then she said, since I'm in government center, she was like, might as well take that. So my first time was this summer. I did get lost on it. I was heading in the opposite direction. And my mom calls me and she's like, Sasha, you are not going to government center. I don't even remember where I was going. I was going in like the opposite. I don't remember where, but it was not where I was supposed to be. And my mom was like, get off the train and go in the other direction. So that was my first experience on it. After that, I learned like where to go afterwards. So I was able to come to government center, and I've been taking it every time I go into office. I take it all the time. And now too, like even if I want to go to the city, like that's a so much easier and cheaper way than taking the car, and it's less time too.
And it's safe, and it's safe, fairly reliable.
Yeah.
Sometimes has its issues, but that's great that you learned that as part of this experience, because yes, it is so much easier to get to downtown
so much
Miami.
Easier, especially like the traffic and everything, and then like it cuts down time, and like especially how gas prices are right now, like you don't want to be driving the
Suburban.
Car. Exactly. Like I always get in trouble driving the car. My dad's like, the gas prices are not good for you to be driving that.
So what station did you drive to?
I go to Dayland South.
That's right.
Yes, because I live right by there, so it's the easiest to go there. And then I have like all that shopping right next to me if I want food afterwards and everything.
And did you become familiar with the project that connects to Dayland South, the Metro Express BRT?
Yes. I remember you guys were like talking about it and stuff, especially with like our big budget for it. So it's like it was good to like know about that. And like obviously even after this internship, I would still use Metro Transit because it like introduced me to a whole new world, especially getting from point A to point B and not having to drive. Like I enjoy it so much.
So if not for this experience, you probably never would have done that.
Oh, no, I would have been driving in a Suburban there.
So how do we encourage other youth or other people in general to give it a try? What do you think would be a good way of like promoting the system?
I feel like my generation nowadays, we're very stubborn. And, everyone, I feel like my generation loves their cars and stuff. And it's very like with Metro Rail, like for me, like going to Syracuse, like when I tell my New York friends about Metro, they're like, oh, you know how they have like the training system below the subway, they have their subway, so it's like they're very used to that. But like here in Miami, it's like no, like when I drive, I'm gonna drive my car, I'm not taking no train. And like even over like the summer out, like my friends were going to like it was the Marlins game. I know it wasn't near the Metro, but I was like, you guys, like, you should definitely like branch out and like try this. Like maybe when you want to go to places, instead of taking the car, like Ubering, because that's expensive, you should take the Metro Rail. It's so much easier. It's safe. It's efficient, and like it works, and like, it gets you from point A to point B, and like I've been on it many times and no complaints, and like I feel safe too, because I feel like a big thing too is like safety, because it's like you're going on something new that you've never been on before, so it's like sometimes you're concerned like, will I be safe on this, especially because Miami has a little bit of craziness, but I was telling like when I go on it, no complaints. I've enjoyed it, put on my headphones, listen to my music, and then get to government center, get off, and I've never had any issues or anything.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We have a convert.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, back in Syracuse, is there like a transit system, or is it most, I mean, I'm sure they have a bus, but
they have like
no
a
trains.
bus, but like for me, I've always walked everywhere. So it's always, just walking everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's a good
But it's
workout.
a walkable campus,
It's
right?
a walkable campus, except when you have like classes like 10 minutes apart. So it's like
In the snow, uphill.
in the snow, exactly. It's a good workout too. In the snow, uphill, 10 minutes, trying to rush to class and not trying to fall in the snow. Yeah, it's definitely humbling.
Every parent tells their kids, even the ones from Miami, which is an obvious lie, they'll tell their kids, when I was your age, I used to walk to class in the snow uphill.
Yeah.
You're actually going to be,
lying.
It's going to be true.
They're going to complain. I'm going to be like, you don't understand how I had it in college. But yeah.
Now, do you miss Miami when you're away? I mean, do you see yourself moving back here someday, or do you kind of want to stay up north or somewhere else?
Recently, I went to go visit my friends in New York City, and I loved it.
Yeah.
And like everyone who for my school, a lot of people are from the city itself, and I've always heard such good things about it. And like, especially too, like as I said, Miami's like a bubble. Miami's always going to be there. It's not going anywhere. I want to especially my youth, I would love to go to New York City for a bit, and especially being a finance major now, I feel like that's a city that's very somewhere where I would thrive while I'm young, and then when I want to come back home to Miami, it's always going to be there when I'm older and when I can afford it too, because Miami's really expensive right now. Even New York, but I just want to get out of Miami, experience the world for a bit, and then come back home, in the future.
I think that's a great plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did the same. I left for D.C. and then I stayed in D.C. and that's a relatively large city. It's not quite New York. And it was an amazing experience.
Exactly.
Now, I never thought I'd move back to Miami.
Yeah, really?
I hated it here. I hated that it didn't have a good transit system. But something happens when you're away for a number of years. You start to miss it.
Yeah.
You start to appreciate the things that you took for granted.
That's what I hopefully obviously I know I'm gonna come back to Miami. I love it here, and obviously in the future when I have my own children and stuff, I want them to experience Miami because that's all I ever known, and I want them to see that too. But I don't know, I just feel just leaving and exploring and seeing what's out there. I feel like everyone in there, especially when they're young, they need that.
Yeah, that gives you perspective.
It gives you perspective on life, and you get to figure out the type of person you're and the type of person you want to become and stuff. And I feel I need that. And you also are independent. You learn how to do things on your own.
So now when you move to New York City, now having tasted our Metro Rail, you're going to be very comfortable in the subway system, right?
Exactly, yeah. My first time, actually, when I visited New York City, was my first time on the subway, and I was a little nervous going on it because I always see some crazy stuff happening, and but I honestly enjoyed it, and I felt comfortable to it because it was wait, I've done this in Miami, especially going on the Metro Rail. So it was nothing to me.
Okay, so fast forwarding a couple of years, you're going to be a junior, so you'll be graduating not too long from now.
Yeah,
are you
not too long.
Pursue graduate studies, or do you want to kind of work a little, or take what do they call the gaps?
The
now?
gap year.
Gap year?
Personally, I don't believe in the gap year because it's after college, it's I want to get straight into my work and stuff. And depending, I was thinking about grad school. I was talking about with my parents. I wouldn't mind coming back and going to for grad school because they have a really good graduate program, and get my master's and stuff. But also too, if I'm given such a good job opportunity, especially post grad, it's you can't let go of those options. And I feel getting your master's, I can always do that later on and stuff.
Cool. Well, maybe in New York City.
Exactly. I always tell my parents, wherever life takes me, wherever the big job, how I am. I really just want to go where the money is and stuff, and make sure I'm set in the future. So yeah, wherever opportunity takes me.
So what is your ultimate dream job? I'm sure you've thought about it. I don't know if you've selected one, but fast forward, let's say 5 or 10 years. Where do you see yourself?
Honestly, doing something in finance where I have the ability to be mobile and be able to have a lot of freedom too. Because all I've seen nowadays is for finance majors, depending on what it is, it's you're stuck in an office all day, and then you go into the night sometimes and it just looks dreadful. And especially too, being in finance and AI, I want to do something where obviously with both combined. And I was thinking even with fintech or those technological companies where you do finance for technology and stuff. I find that so interesting, and I feel it's something that's becoming more and more in demand, or it's where the big money's going to and everything. So it's
Now, I think it's fascinating that you're studying both finance and AI because, there's a lot of fear that AI is going to be taking all these jobs, even in the finance sector, especially in the finance sector, because it can make calculations so fast.
Exactly.
But so I think it's brilliant that you're actually studying both.
Yeah.
And so how does that work? How does your AI training or AI education feed the finance piece?
Okay, so last year I was part of the United AI Council, so I represented Whitman. I was a Whitman ambassador for it. And what I tell people is that it just shows like how much like knowing what to do in AI can like have an impact on your career. I always say that make sure to have like a background in AI and stuff, just like learning the fundamentals and like how to use it, and like also to how to use it ethically, because I feel like people don't know how to use it. They use it for like everything, but they don't really know how to use it as a tool. They use it to like do their like get the answers and everything, but it's like, well, you should use it
using it like Google.
Exactly. And it's like for us, it's like I use it as something that can help me to like as a resource, you know, something that's ethical, and I use it as a tool. And like also to like at my school, I've always wanted to like implement it, you know. For me, I wanted like, I haven't done it yet, but I want to talk to like the president of like Whitman and tell him himself like we should make it a core class to use AI, like teach students how to use AI as an ethical tool and make it a core class that all freshmen coming to Syracuse University should do, because I feel like AI, it's something that could be used like as a tool, or it could be something that could be used against you. Because at my school, it's like many students itself, like a lot of the teachers are against AI, and I really think they shouldn't, because it's like something that could be very beneficial, especially for our generation, because I think our generation is very lazy. We have it very easy, and like we just put everything into AI and then like let it give us the answers and everything. But it's like when you like, I want them to realize like, imagine if you can use it as a tool, that's something that can like help you and like actually make you learn more, instead of like just giving you things like that easy, you know, like
Listen, you either use it or it's going to use you.
Exactly.
It's like a bus. You're either on it or you're going to get run over by it.
And like in the future, and like
not our Miami-Dade transit buses. They would never run over anyone.
But like in the future, it's a scary thing too. And I feel like it's AI is like taking over everyday life, and it's like might as well, instead of being like controlled by it, might as well compete with it, be at its level. And that's why I do both of it, because it's like I'm not one to be controlled by a computer or like AI intelligence. I want to be one that can compete with it. So that's why I always like learn about the ethical use of AI and like doing all that stuff. And like with finance, like it correlates so well.
So like one of the coolest examples of your personal or educational use of AI? What have you done that might be kind of unique beyond just kind of asking ChatGPT, where you should go on vacation next year?
Yeah. So like recently, like for fun, I decided to create a website and call it AI Tutor.
Oh, cool.
And I wanted to create a website that can be used as like an ethical tool for students to use like in college, instead of like using AI to like give you the answers directly. Like it's like a teacher. It explains things to you and like help you understand it, and it gives you new ideas. I know that sounds already like AI, but I want it to be something that could be ethical and it be oriented towards college students themselves. And like it's still like in the works, because I have to like play around with it, but I've been like doing it on Claude and stuff. And yeah, like that's something I think that could become a great thing in the future, and stuff like AI assistant or AI tutor for students, especially towards like maybe even towards my school in the women's sector with finance, because like it's very complicated classes and sometimes your teachers are not that great. And it's like they're not good at explaining. And like for me, most of the time I had to like teach myself stuff. So just having like something that's like gonna like help you and like explain to you and like even give you new ideas like how to understand things more, like I would love to like create something like that. Like that's what I've been trying to do.
That's great. So you like Claude? That's your preferred AI engine?
Yeah. I used to love AI itself, but then afterwards I went on Claude and I was like, wow, like this really like this is
I'm gonna
next
have to
level.
check it. I haven't done Claude yet, but everyone seems
so
to have
helpful.
migrated to them versus ChatGPT, which is what I still use.
Yeah, it's very helpful, and especially too like even when you're making like presentation templates, like Claude really does it really good. It like designs, it's like the Canva, it's better than Canva, like with the designs and everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Carla, you hear that? We got to start looking at, I'm sorry, I broke the fourth wall here. I'm supposed to do that. So we got to check out Claude. Who does Claude again? Is that just an independent AI, or is that owned by Google or someone?
I think it's owned by someone. I think
I should.
so.
Yeah. Okay, we'll look into it.
You'll look into it, yeah.
We should ask AI, who owns Claude?
Exactly, and they will know.
Actually, mine just might start talking. It did that to me the other day. Now, do you think AI is going to get, are you an optimist about AI, or are you kind of fearful of it kind of taking over, not just jobs, but of the world and potentially leading to Armageddon?
So right? I'm in between, because I know like it could take over, but it's for those that want to fall under AI and don't want to compete with it. But I also do think it's something that could benefit us if we know how to use it properly and utilize it as a tool that can help us succeed, instead of it as something that just like gives it to us easy, you know? Because I feel like AI, it's only going to get big from now. It's only going to get better. like we've seen those movies about like how AI is in the future. Like it's kind of
Terminator,
scary.
the type of stuff.
Yeah. So I just always, I feel like for people, it's like good, like especially nowadays for our generation, it's like everyone should educate themselves about AI and how to use it ethically, and also to be able to compete with AI. Because it's like, I know like we probably don't have the same intelligence as AI, but it's still like, I feel like as a species itself, like we're pretty smart people. And like, I feel like we know how to compete against others. So I feel like competing against AI wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, and AI will never be human.
Exactly.
Right? And
it lacks emotion.
Right.
One thing that AI doesn't have is emotion, and that's something that we have. And that's something that they can never create for it either.
Right. It could pretend.
It could pretend, but it's never truly going to have like the human emotion. And like, I feel like using that also, it's like, that's one way you can compete with AI and like show it like how we're superior to it still. Because I feel like it's always about superiority, you know, that's who's going to win at the end. And if humans can compete with AI and keep themselves, you know, ahead, it's going to, nothing's, you know, maybe we won't lose our jobs and all, you know?
So let's go back to your time here in Miami before you went to school. Where'd you go to high school?
I went to True North Classical Academy.
Oh, True North, yeah. It's got a great reputation.
Yeah, I loved it there. It was like, I remember I learned like Latin in 5th grade, and like it was a lot of like classical stuff.
Right.
And like we read the Odyssey many times. So when I watched the movie, I like already knew it. I saw it and I already knew the whole movie by heart.
We got to talk about it. How was it?
It was amazing. Yeah. It was actually insane. I remember my parents and my brother went to watch it without me when I went to go visit my friends in New York City, and I was so upset. I was like, wow. And then my brother literally told me he cried, and my brother Junior, he does not cry. So I was like, okay, then it has to be something good. So then he took me again the next week when we went to the IMAX, and we saw like the full like
the real one in Fort Lauderdale, or
no, it wasn't that one. It was like in Kendall, the IMAX. It wasn't as big as that
IMAX Light, I call it.
Yeah, that one. And it was incredible, and it was such like, it was a 3-hour movie, but it went by so fast, and it was just an amazing like. That I think Christopher Nolan, like, that's one of his best films. Like, he's gonna win something for it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Don't give away the ending. I still need to see it.
Oh yeah,
I think everybody knows how it ends. But.
Yeah, but it's amazing. Like, you're gonna love it.
That's great that you actually read it and knew the story, because I hear that's helpful. Because if you just go into the movie, like I haven't read the Odyssey since I was in high school, so I probably have to brush up on it a little bit. Yeah, all the crazy gods and stuff.
Spark notes, and get that quick summary. And
I'll just ask Claude.
Exactly, ask Claude, and he'll give you the whole summary.
Or I'll go on your website.
Exactly, go on my website, AI Tutor, and it'll give you everything.
You already have that copyrighted? You got the domain? I hope so.
No, but I need to.
Yeah, do all that, because people now know about it. They're going to try to steal your idea.
Exactly.
So, Sasha, what else would you like to talk about before we end the program?
Anything. How's your book? How's the book you just created?
My book? We won't talk about my book. That's a whole different alter ego, I call them. No, but thank you for asking.
Of course.
Actually, do you ever want to write a book? What do you do for a creative outlet? Are you a musician? Are you an artist? Like what?
That's a great question.
You're like, I'm busy thinking about making money. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have time for creativity. Actually, the website itself is very creative.
It's very creative.
Yeah.
I don't know. For my creativity, I love music. So I've always wanted to become a DJ and stuff.
Oh, cool.
I love house music, and I love like the beats and everything. But like creative mindset, like I feel like, I guess like listening to music and like wanting to become a DJ and stuff. Like I've always had a dream of getting like a DJ board and like mixing up songs and stuff. Like,
cool.
Yeah.
So do it.
I know I should.
And I know that all these apps out there that allow you to do that.
I know,
without having to have all the crazy equipment. And stuff.
And I know on Spotify, you can do it now on Spotify too. You can like mix up songs and it sounds really cool. But
little known fact, I was a DJ in college.
Really?
We had the 80s retro cantina, which was the 90s. So like to think that the 80s was retro is kind of silly. It was still very I
think they still
modern.
do it nowadays.
Yeah. Oh no, everyone loves the 80s.
Everyone loves the 80s.
That's probably the best. I shouldn't say this. It's controversial, but one of the best decades of music.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little before your time.
Yeah.
That's for you. That's certainly oldies.
Yeah. I don't know. People still dress up for it nowadays, and everyone's always in their 80s costumes, and it's a lot of color. It's a lot.
And big hair. I don't know if big hair is coming back.
Oh, I think that is. Yeah.
Cool. Well, listen, please explore it. If you have a passion, I always tell people, don't waste any more time. Like get into it, because you don't want to regret that later in life.
No, and like that could always be a side hustle.
Yeah. I mean,
DJs make money nowadays too.
They do. They do. And you mentioned my book. So yes, I've written a book, and looking at it, I'm like, I should have done this 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, why did I wait?
Yeah.
So.
But it's good to start somewhere, and like you started at least now,
That's it. Well, they always say the best time to start something was 10 years ago. The second best time is now.
Exactly.
All right. So we have DJ AI finance expert Sasha Santos signing out. And I wish you best of luck in your junior year in Syracuse.
You. I'm excited
Enjoy
to
your
go
junior
back.
year abroad in England. We didn't even talk about that, but that's going to be so much fun.
I'm excited for it. I've never been to London, but I've always wanted to go. That's one of my dream places since I was little. So I'm excited. I want to go to the soccer games. I want to do everything, you know.
The world's your oyster.
Exactly.
I mean, there's so much to do. So enjoy that experience. Enjoy your youth.
I will.
Please. Like you can't get it back. And thank you for everything you did for the CITT. You really did some great work. Appreciate you. And thank you, Mama Santos and Papa Santos for raising such a great daughter. You should be proud. So that is all the time we have here on Mobility Matters. I want to thank my guest again. I want to thank Miami's community newspapers for producing the program. Special shout out to Enzoni back there behind the cameras working the screens. And I want to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. So please continue to tune in, like the episodes, subscribe, share, do whatever it is you do out there in social media land to help support the program. And until next time, keep moving, Miami.